Hello everyone, welcome back. Very quick video today, but I wanted to address something that I see more and more guitar players struggling with, which is how much strength and pressure and effort we put into pressing down on the strings. And this might seem trivial to some of you if you're maybe more advanced, but you'll be amazed by how many of us, regardless of level, put way too much effort into pressing down on these little tiny strings. This is not just a lot of superfluous effort, but it can actually be quite disastrous on many aspects of your playing. First of all, of course, speed. If it takes you a long time to press down on the string and then releasing it, then your speed will certainly go down. Another thing is coordination, because if you have, instead of a single moment where you play that note with the left hand, you have a whole range of possible notes, then the pick doesn't really know when to hit, especially at higher speeds. Another thing you'll notice is that your tone and the sound of the note will improve greatly when you just slightly touch the string, because it's kind of like telling somebody to sing as you're strangling them, right? When you press down so hard on the note, the string can't really vibrate as freely. You can also get a slight detune like that, and it's really much better for the tone to set the string in motion with the minimum amount of pressure, at least for 99% of cases. Another thing you'll notice is intricate patterns will become a lot easier to play if you play lightly. Again, you just want to glide over the strings instead of digging into them, and this will make even the more complicated things you want to play a lot easier. So let me show you a couple of things you can do to, first of all, assess how hard you're hitting the strings and how much superfluous strength you're using, and also how to fix it. So let's start with a very simple test. I would like you to pick a string and just play randomly a few notes just to get into your regular way of playing. Just simply, and then stop on a note. Okay, now that you're here, I would like you to keep playing that note and slowly releasing pressure until you lose the note. There you go. Now we just lost it. Now that you're here, imagine your finger is a feather. It's a feather falling on water. With the slightest amount of pressure, press down on the string, little by little, until you hear the full note blooming and sounding like we want it to. I think for a lot of you, you'll be amazed by how little pressure you're actually putting down on the string. Okay, so because when you stop playing, and you might have to play maybe for, instead of 6 notes that I said, maybe for like half a minute, but really get into your way of playing and then release the pressure. For a lot of you, it will actually take you a while for that note to die out. You'll have a lot of margin there to keep releasing pressure, and the note will still ring out. This is something you should do a few times a day, every day for a little while, and that way you'll kind of get used to what you're doing now and what the other way of doing it is. So get used to the feeling of getting this note, but being right there, that if you release just a little bit of pressure, you lose it. One thing that's important, always play close to the fret, as close to the fret as possible. Because the farther you go from the fret, the more pressure you need. And we're trying to get rid of pressure, right? So stick to as close as possible to the fret as you do this exercise. For the second test and exercise, let's do something very cool with a chord. This will actually help you discover a lot about how you play the guitar. And let's pick a chord that uses 4 fingers. Let's go with the major 7th chord here on the comfortable 5th fret. Let's play a D major 7th chord, 5, 7, 6, 7. And the first thing, of course, is to play the chord as you normally would. We're going for all 4 notes ringing out properly, just like that. And now I'd like you to start releasing pressure on the 4 fingers as you play the chord arpeggiated like this. Start releasing pressure until all 4 fingers are dead, basically. There's no sound coming out of any of the strings. You'll notice that instead of going from full chord to full dead, you might actually, if you go slow enough, discover that you're lifting 1 finger before the others, or 1 finger is a bit slower as it releases pressure. And that's actually part of the thing. You would actually prefer maybe to be able to lift your fingers up all at once and pressing down on all 4 of them at once as well. And that will certainly improve your chordal playing, but also your regular scalar playing, because after all, we are using usually, all 4 fingers. So that would be the first consideration. That's something you, again, have to build up to by doing the same exercise, maybe with different chords, different strings, and do it for a few days, but not to get anything out of it, just to simply get a feel, a deeper sensation of how you're actually playing. Now that you are here, we have 4 dead strings. Now we're going to start slowly to bring them all down to the minimum possible amount to get the note to ring out, like this. They're all dead. If I can, I would like to get to all 4 of them at once with minimum amount of pressure, but if I can't, I just, as a feather like before, start pressing down. So this one's already there, that one almost, and these 2 are a bit behind, so let me try to stay put with these 2 fingers and try to add a little bit of pressure to these 2. That's 1 coming in, and then just my first finger needs a little bit more. And that's it. That's all the pressure I need. And this is it, our test slash exercise slash inner development tool. And there's not much more I can say about it, so it's a quick video, but for you, for the practice, this will actually take quite a long time. But it will truly elevate your connection to the instrument. Without further ado, I want to thank you for listening and for watching, and I look forward to seeing you very soon. If you'd like to check out my Patreon, it's linked down below. It really helps me make more of these videos. See you very soon. Bye-bye.